All right.
And welcome. And welcome.
Welcome
to
back.
Episode 2. Maybe
Yeah.
called Fleet. Maybe not.
Probably not. I don't know what it was called. But anyway, called S06E02
O2.
for now.
Yeah.
So this was a slightly more exciting episode.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not even looking at the ending, right?
Yeah.
The ending was...
Yeah.
We'll get to that, but...
They're trying to move the politics along very quickly by killing several key old people who don't matter as much.
That's true. So we got Lord Bolton.
Yep, Bolton.
And his wife.
So now, my boy Ramsay is in charge.
Yeah, that's
large
great
in
news for
charge.
everyone.
Yeah.
Who
I
else?
actually kind of like Ramsay. That's probably my dirty secret of the whole Game of Thrones.
Oh no.
But, last episode I was going to mention that, like, I totally called it. As soon as the maester was like, what should we do with her body? I was like, feed it to the dogs. And then they, delayed, and then he was like, feed it to the dogs. And I was like,
yes. Yeah, you were right. And that was good. That was a classy move,
Yeah.
Lord Bolton, or new Lord Bolton.
It's good meat.
Things are not looking so good in Winterfell.
Yeah. But then again, at the same time, Ramsay is probably going to implode the entire...
Yeah, I don't think it's
like,
gonna...
he's not a very good leader, right?
Well, I mean, look at what happened with Theon when
Yeah.
he tried to, like, take over
Take
and
over the North,
had
yeah.
no loyalty
Yeah.
from anyone.
Yeah.
It's the same thing is going to happen here. I mean, he's a bit
Ramsay
crazier.
just tries to reign from fear, though, which sometimes it works, but in the North
I mean,
it probably is not going to work very
It worked with Joffrey for a little while,
Yeah.
but
But then the North rebelled against him, and
yeah, and also Joffrey did die.
Yeah.
So yeah.
yeah.
Moral of the story: don't be a terrifying ruler.
Well, don't have King's Blood snail burnt with your name said at the same time.
That's
now
true, yeah.
all of our snails are all dead now that Theon's dad,
Anyway, Theon's father.
big old Greyjoy man.
Yeah, he died. Which actually, I don't know if you know this, but
I
in the
do know
books he
this.
dies the same way. Except in the books you
It's not
don't
murder.
know what happened. You just know
No.
that he fell off that bridge.
Yeah.
So in the series they're showing his brother
showing up,
killing him.
flipping.
We don't know whether that's the same as the books or not, because in the books you just know from other people's point of view. You don't know whether that happened. So for
You
me that was
see
quite
the
an
first-hand
exciting
accounts.
revelation, because now I'm thinking, like maybe that did happen in the books.
It could have been,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it could just be a way to make the TV more interesting than him just like
That's
walking
true.
across the bridge and then having it snap and fall to his
Because
death.
when I saw him walking out across the bridge,
I was
I
like-
knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
But
I've been
I
waiting for
thought,
him to die
this is really
since
anticlimactic.
that freaking slug got burned, so.
Yeah.
I was
he
counting
was-
the days. I was like,
Yeah. So we've got him, Joffrey, Robb,
yeah, that was it.
Stannis. No, Stannis was the one who
He
actually
was
burned the
doing
leech.
it.
But yeah.
The 3 pretender kings are all dead.
Yeah.
But so is Stannis, so.
Yeah. Luckily they didn't burn a leech for Daenerys.
Yeah.
Who we haven't seen more of in this episode,
No.
but we did get to see her dragons.
Yes. The CGI budget is increased, I think, even more for this season.
Yeah, the
look
dragons
very nice.
look pretty fierce. Although one thing I did find a little
They
bit
have so many
weird.
teeth.
No, is the fact that their collars and chains seem to have grown with them.
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
Well, maybe they have been changing out the collars when they get big.
Yeah, see, that's what I kind of told myself, but I was like, I'm really just trying to like convince myself here, because I don't think anyone could have done that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
well, Daenerys might have when she was still there.
Yeah, but they didn't like them that much, directly. Anyway, maybe. Let's just pretend that did happen, or that they are magical chains.
Yeah, it could be.
And try to forget about them.
Yeah.
However, Tyrion released the dragons and did a
But
pretty
they
good
just
job at
like
it.
hid in the corner. Do you think they left again? Because they left the door open. It seemed like they didn't shut it.
Yeah,
At least they
they,
didn't show
they just
them.
crawled back in. Well, I mean, I don't know, could they fit through that doorway?
Oh, they got in there.
Yeah, but they were a lot smaller when they went in there.
They weren't
This,
that
this
much
is kind of the other thing. I kind of expected them to not have grown that much because they were in captivity,
Mm.
which they do stress that.
Yeah.
That's why all the other dragons got progressively smaller in King's Landing, and also in the books they pretty much talk about how they're not they don't grow as big as Drogon, who's been like free and who's always the biggest.
Drogon is always the biggest, though.
Yeah.
And I think he still is, even though.
Although, yeah, I'm curious to see him now because they were pretty huge.
Yeah, but I mean, like in the actual timeline, like from when we saw him last to right now, hasn't really been that long.
That's right. Although long enough for that kid in the Night's Watch to have grown a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, and Bran.
Bran keeps getting older, yeah. Too.
Yeah, Bran is.
It's like the Harry Potter syndrome.
Also, they seem to have a pretty good barber up there because both him and the old guy have gotten haircuts. Yeah. The old guy also
changed his clothes. Yeah, clothes as well.
Yeah. And we got a nice little flashback of Ned Stark and Lyanna and Brandon Stark, all playing in Winterfell, which is nice. And Hodor, who's called Willis. Yeah.
So how did he become Hodor?
Yeah, that is the biggest mystery, actually.
I didn't know Hodor was that old. I thought he was younger.
Well...
That he was like the same age as...
Yeah, and he's just prematurely grey.
Than Ned Stark. Yeah.
Yeah,
because I think the actor who actually plays him is actually...
Not that old.
Not that old, yeah. Quite young, actually, I think.
Yeah. But anyway, he's like half giant or something, so he's different.
Which again...
How did that happen?
Yeah.
See, I want to know, was the mother a giant, or the great-grandmother a giantess, or was it the great-grandfather? Because I could see problems either way, yeah. So,
probably the mother.
That's something I always wondered about with the Harry Potter books, actually. Hagrid.
Especially since Hagrid's father was supposed to be very small.
Yeah, and the giants in that, like the full-blooded giants, are pretty big. So anyway... I mean, that aside.
Heavens.
We had Cersei being upset about not going to Myrcella's funeral, and then talking to Jamie.
The High Sparrow.
And no, that was Jamie talking to the High Sparrow. Having basically the same conversation that the High Sparrow had with Lady Olenna last season.
Yeah, basically.
Where he was like, oh, like...
Viva la Revolution!
Exactly, basically. Which actually worries me the most, in a weird way. I don't know why, but I do... I mean, I'm probably like a lot of people who watch the show. I am on the side of the noble houses, even though they're horrible. Because the poor people seem even worse. At least
given the opportunity to, yeah. But that's probably because of how they're raised.
Yeah, and they're pretty uneducated and all that.
I did like Zombie Mountain squishing that one guy's head.
Yeah, that was fun.
I hated the mountain, but Zombie Mountain I'm all about.
Yeah. They're not that different, but slightly more entertaining to watch. Yeah. But also, Ramsay killed his dad, killed his dad's wife, killed the baby.
I'm glad that the baby killing wasn't quite as graphic. They left that on the screen. I was scared he was gonna like take it and like drop it in like the fire or something like that.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna happen. But then as soon as I went to the kennels, I could predict that entire exchange.
Yeah.
Because when she said, "Where's Lord Bolton?" I knew she was gonna say that, and I knew he was gonna respond with "I'm Lord Bolton."
Yeah.
And blah, blah,
Which
blah.
means that the TV writers are getting a bit sloppy.
Yeah, because there's been a few scenes so far this season that have
very
been kind of like where we're just one step ahead.
Yeah.
Theon's
so then
he's going back home.
Wildlings came to the wall, right?
Yeah, and that was another satisfying head smashing scene.
Yep.
Giant, and they've surrendered. So that's good.
They're in jail.
And then Sir Davos, who still doesn't know, I think.
Yeah.
He still doesn't know that Shireen was burned
at the stake.
So I'm waiting for that.
I liked how he was being like friendly with Melisandre. It's like, you showed me miracles that were possible. Yeah, and it's like, I also burned your little girlfriend at the stake.
I mean, I'm glad she didn't say what happened because frankly I don't think it's gonna have a happy ending when she does. No. But Jesus is back. Yeah. And actually he really looked like Jesus.
He did very much, yes.
Praise
Kit Harington's naked body.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, I was kind of I was like, wow, it took him dying for us to see that.
No, we've seen it before.
Well, we saw glimpses of it, but that was like full on, like, come on. Plus, there was a nice mound covered by a loincloth.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which as they panned up, then the loincloth like disappeared, right? It's very nice.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And yeah, he's back. And that's it.
Yeah.
So we don't know how he's back. We don't know if he's like normal back or
not normal back.
Which
hopefully is not normal back. I want him to have some brain damage from being on the other side, or some severe trauma or something going on.
And before I forget, Arya is going back to the temple,
Oh, yeah.
the House of Black and White, to continue her training, which frankly, like, we knew was coming.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, again, quite predictable. The Jon Snow thing was pretty predictable as well.
Yeah. Which is why I'm waiting for it to be not so predictable.
Yeah.
I sort of hope something else is weird with it. Like there's some, because dying is kind of serious business, right?
Yeah.
So there's got to be something.
Yeah.
I like how everyone like left the room too.
Yeah.
How the miracle didn't like happen immediately. It took a while.
Well, yeah, duh. Like, bringing someone back from...
But it happened instantly with the other guy. Right?
Yeah, but
he got
he
slammed and then he was just like blah 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 and then poof.
Yeah, but he died. Like, the guy was like an expert at coming back from the dead. He's done it so many times. But you know, like, remember, like, Buffy? You watch Buffy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Remember season 6 when she comes back?
Mm.
And like they all like think, oh, it didn't work, and then she comes back and she's like, oh, like a zombie.
Like a zombie, yeah. Hopefully,
Yeah, like,
hopefully he'll be a bit more zombie-like.
So
As
now you know, if you try to bring someone back, it can take a while.
Mm.
So hang around, like maybe order some pizzas and watch some TV. Maybe start a Game of Thrones marathon.
Yeah.
And then they might come back, or they might not.
Just stay dead.
Yeah.
The skin might blacken and the lips pull back from the teeth and all the other things Cersei was talking about.
Yeah.
Might happen to them as well.
So yeah.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.